Hi guys, Aspen here from Drone in Nature. I'm out testing my Sony Fdr X3000 on your left side and the Insta360 X2. This is a vlog test just to see how the internal mic is on both camera. Also of course the image quality. My Sony Fdr X3000 is filming on 1080p and the Insta360 X2 is shooting in 1440p, both in 30 frames a second. But I'm also testing the stabilization. How is the audio quality on these two cameras? Is there a big difference? I think it is. The Sony Fdr has a better internal mic, but it's not so much wind outside now, so I think the mic should be pretty good on both camera. I know that the Insta360 X2 don't have such good audio quality, but how does the footage look like? Both cameras are shooting in vivid mode. So this is just a vlog test to see how the cameras are handling it. The weather is okay. It's overcast today. It's gonna be fun to compare both cameras side by side just to see. And how are the image quality? Is there a big difference? Let's turn the camera just to see. Yeah. Let's shoot. Is there a big difference? Both are in 30 frames. Always the stabilization side by side. I'm walking normal. Both cameras are on the tripod. I'm just using the invisible stick with the Insta360 X2, and I have another tripod from a Sony Fdr X3000. I always loved the Sony camera. Pretty good image quality, and the optical stabilization is really good. On the Insta360 X2 you have electronic image stabilization called flowstate. Looks pretty good, that too. So how is the stabilization and how are the audio quality on both camera? I must figure out how to have the screen on when you record with the Insta. Or you could tap the screen. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to see how the quality is. I really like the Insta360 X2 camera. Haven't tested it in selfie mode yet. This is the first time, so just gonna be fun to see. I've done a lot of shooting with my Sony camera because it's so easy to carry with me. You have 4K on the Sony camera also, but you don't. You have 5.7K on the Insta360 X2, but that's combined between two lenses, so it's not. Yeah, let's switch to external mic on the Insta360 X2 just to see how that sounds. So let's do that. These Bluetooth mic are not that great, but it's going to be fun to see if it works. Then I can buy something else. I saw some Bluetooth lava mic I can use, small one. I think it's Smart Mic Plus. Seems to work pretty good. I'll see one test on YouTube with it. But how is the audio quality with a Bluetooth headphone on the Insta360 One X2 compared to the Sony Fdr X3000 internal mic? Is it a big difference? And how is the image quality look? Both shooting in 30p or 1080p, or you have 1440p on the 360 One X2. Sony Fdr is in 1080p. Is it a big difference? And how is the field of view on these cameras? Gonna be fun to compare them. I finally figured out how to put the screen on all the time when filming with the Insta360 One X2. You don't have a screen on the Sony, but it's a pretty wide field of view, so it's easy with the Sony camera just to point it at you and you know that you are filming yourself. The same is with the Insta360 One X2, pretty wide field of view, so you know that you are in frame. Okay guys, this was just a quick test with the Insta360 One X2 and the Sony Fdr X3000 in selfie mode, 1080p on the Sony camera and 1440p on the Insta360 One X2 in selfie mode, with an external mic on the Insta360 One X2, a cheap one. So I don't think that the audio is great, but it should be good enough. Hopefully I can turn it up in post, but just gonna be fun to hear how it is. Let's turn the camera and see how the stabilization is, and let's run a little bit. I'm running. How is the stabilization? I'm holding the camera as good as I can. I really hope that the audio are working on the Insta360. Let's turn the camera and see how the stabilization is, and let's run a little bit. I'm running. How is the stabilization? I'm holding the camera as good as I can. I really hope that the audio are working on the Insta360. Okay, that was a little run. Yeah, this is a fun test to do side by side, just to see if it's working and how the stabilization are and the sound quality. I'm out of breath. Yeah. So does it look good? Does it work? Let's go over here. This is two fun cameras to use. Like I said, I really like the Sony camera. I never used the Insta360 in selfie mode. That's gonna be fun to see how it is and if it works. It's kind of strange to hold it on the selfie stick, but the invisible stick. Let's go over here. Let's turn the camera and see how the stabilization is. This is side by side. I'm gonna keep it. How is the field of view? Let's check it out. I'll go this way. And how is the image stabilization? Can you spot the big difference? To be careful here. It's pretty grey outside now. The weather isn't great, but the image looks good. 1080p on the Sony camera and 1440p, both filming 30 frames. It's gonna be fun to see if it's possible to use the Insta camera in selfie mode. I really love both cameras, and both cameras going to be used a lot on my channel, so that's for sure. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you. Bye bye.